It's currently 5/9/24, roughly 12:03. Now just pondering, playing my videos, especially Stand Together, Fall Together. But yeah, my life's body of work is like over 500 videos since 2015. Then you go back to the Book of the Face with that Doncor Azra Sos, 2010, trying to start doing my little, I guess, conscious updates and whatnot. But I find it very odd that, like I said, when my young boy years, when I was trucking and shit, like, dude, when I got my CDL at 20, and all my peers was going out partying, like, yeah, you trying to go out? No, I got to deliver this Friday delivery tonight. It's like Friday morning, Friday night, Saturday morning, and I'm grinding, and they have to chasing these bitches, chasing females, and partying and shit, and then. Yeah, then the same type of energy with hate on I. I'm like, hey man, the reason why you fucked up is because you didn't plan for your future. Then you got dudes coming in your life, like the reason I'm fucked up is because those same energies that they can do that in their life. As Dredd said, crab in the barrel syndrome, want to see other people down with them. But my other video, happy to be in attention as long as they got company and shit. So I'll go back to my videos, I'm like, oh yes, that's what I was saying. Like, even though nobody else was doing anything in my community alone, like I said, I even got a video for being involved with the community watch. I had videos of the community watch saying, "Oh yeah, we always see you out here. You always, in the community." And this is like 23 for like 10 years. So you got my peers at the same time from the same area, those that were still around there, that weren't doing anything, and the majority of my peers of around the city in general, or around the country, doing the same shit, partying, sucking and fucking. I'm out there involved, talking to my district representatives, talking to local police, the police chief. I got like documented evidence of me being involved whenever I found like drug needles on the ground or crack fiends or somebody back there prostituting. I would take a picture of the joint, take it to the police. And pretty much the officer even told me, like, I mean, I got what you're saying, but we don't have the manpower. Like, I'm from the airport, like Philadelphia, so my joint is more suburban. They like both of them, like, we dealing with like murders, drug dealers, rapes, all type of real crimes and shit. Y'all crying about dumping and dumb shit. So we don't really have the manpower, cause like we all share in Southwest, we all share the same district up on not King Sesson, Woodland Avenue. So we all share the same police district. So they don't have energy and the manpower to be sending dudes out there in the community. And that's like any joint. Like, even like I say, I come from a different breed. Like, our parents, when we were young boys, we used to hate that shit because they would be out there doing neighborhood watch, so we couldn't be out there being all bad how we wanted to. Like, we had to go to like the other neighborhood and shit where their parents weren't involved. See, that's my other video. If you was a revolutionary yesterday, why you sitting on your hands today? It's like our parents would be out there. We'd be like, damn, man, we gotta go around the other blocks and shit. We can't even be out here doing like Ding Dong Dixie or whatever. Manhunt, all that shit. Like, it's just made. See, like I said, it's like when your parent come to school, like it's in the class. You don't want to be all bad in front of your parent and shit. So that just shows the type of community and the background in which raised me compared to today's next generation and who's raising their kids. You got kids raising kids, just want to have fun. They had kids by accident and didn't really plan it. But as I was saying in my videos, I even say, like, dudes mad at me, like, yo, you ain't doing anything. All right. So Stand Together, Fall Together. If one, like, I saw the video I made with Congress. If one person goes to Congress and has a bunch of complaints, Congress gonna be like, yo, get the fuck out of there, yo. But if a group of people, Stand Together, Fall Together, if you make a list of demands, get at least 200 million signatures on this list of demands, send it to Congress, how a republic, not a democracy, it's a republic for which it stands, runs. It don't matter if they agree or not. By law of their own constitution, they must vote on it and put it in the House for voting. So that's a video I made, Stand Together, Fall Together, back in 15. But I'm like, dude, I ain't doing shit. I got over 500 videos in a 10-year span. But like my other video, like, I'm like, see, and they be like, well, that's why I say, if you were really about that, it don't matter what I'm doing, because you would be doing this shit. Like I said, in my community, I was the only one out of 50 young black men and women probably about 10 to 20 left behind. I'm out there doing stuff even though nobody else is doing anything. But see, that's why I say when I would go to the police, they would be like, yo, talk to you in the community meeting. All right, go talk to them. See, go talk to them and bring it up to in the next meeting, organization with your district representatives. And he therefore go talk to the mayor, Mr. Kenyatta Johnson. So that right there is my other video. No snitching. No snitching is a coward's code word, or a code word to be a coward and shit. It's like dudes is leaning their manhood. That's why I say dudes is mad at me because I ain't fighting for their kids. But meanwhile, they're not fighting for their kids and they're not doing anything. They're going on vacations and having fun. I've been training, like I said, watching through survival this morning. That's what I was doing since like over 10 years. That's why like the way I'm living right now doesn't really affect me because I started living a minimalistic life, doing no partying, no going out, just stacking my money, living my life, reading, elevating, and like I said, being involved with the community. On top of that, if you're involved with doing real, that was just in my community. And I didn't have energy to be going out. So if you're really involved with some worldwide or at least countrywide organizations, you're not going to have the energy to be going out and playing and having fun and all that because you're going to be burnt out. Like if you really involved how you're supposed to be, boots on the ground, that means not just going to meetings, but going around trying to recruit people, being involved with your community. When you see dudes doing violent shit, see, I don't believe in no snitching. Like my other video, no snitching is what a co-defendant can be accused of. I'm a law-abiding citizen. So me, like I said, like I had dudes around my neighborhood. They was like boy was selling dope. They brought dudes. They was bringing dudes around there, and dudes like started running up in dudes' houses. I went to the boy like, yo, somebody come to my house, I'm coming to y'all. Even if it isn't you bringing dudes around here, and then you don't know what they're doing when you're not around. So the very dudes they were bringing around started running up in dudes' houses, breaking in houses and shit. So I was like, yo, see? So I'm going to them and tell them. Also, when I see something, I'm going to the cops like, yo, man, these dudes, my pops work hard for my pops didn't sell drugs. My pops worked hard. My pops came from a little shack in Florida, went and served in the military, airborne ranger, 173rd Airborne, served the country, got out, busted his ass, and earned what he has. So I'm not going to let you come in my neighborhood that didn't do anything. And on top of that, see, and you come from a neighborhood most likely that's trash, and you're going to come and destroy my neighborhood. That's why I didn't sign the paperwork for my house, because I saw the community wasn't involved. And you see, like from when we were children, like back in the 90s compared to today, I call it the suburban ghetto. That's what happens when you believe in no snitching. But then you want to talk about, revolution. It's like, that's one other video. You can't be letting dudes be around you that ain't for the betterment of you and the people, especially if, like I said, you as a man, especially in the hood, your kid can't go out because you're afraid they might catch a stray shell. So you rather be a bitch and not snitch, really, you see, to be a coward. You will let dudes walk around your neighborhood any given time, any given moment, just start busting off shots. And your kid outside playing around. You not a man. You a pussy. And I say it to your face. You got a problem, come see me. You a pussy. You would rather suppress dudes who riding around your neighborhood. Your kids out there playing. Pop, 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 pop. And you ain't trying to fight against this. So how the fuck are you going to fight for a revolution? All right, so I made a connection to my other videos. Stand together, fall together. All right, let's do some shit. 6 months to a year, non-perishable foods and water. Do you have that? No. So, like I said, I'm not going to spend 30 years fighting for legislation when they are, especially like I say when it comes to black people, when you already have legislation that's already in law that's not being enforced. So I'm not going to spend 80 years Dr. King in it or Brother Minister Malcolm X in it just to have bullshit doctrine put into Congress which is not going to be followed. That's why I say stand together, fall together. Make a list of demands, give about a year. If it's not passed, everybody just stop. Stop what? Stop working, stop going out and partying, stay in the house, can't pay no bills, none of that shit. If you the worker, who going to come and evict you from your house? On top of it, I'm still gonna be making food. Oh wait, I'll still be going into the whoever was in charge of the processing plants or making the foods. I'm still gonna work and do that shit. Who gonna stop me? I'm the worker. See, that's what I said. But see, now it's getting to that point where they're making what you call it, self-driving or self-automation technology. That was over 10 years ago. Now they're even closer to that shit. So now you definitely gotta do it. But like I said, dude's mad at me. I'm like, hey, let's do this shit then. Exactly. Matter of fact, you do. I'm still on the sideline, as it says that when you watch the Exodus and shit, when Moses asked the representative of God, what do you want me to do? Just sit on the sideline and watch. I'm about to go to work. I mean, let's see you do it. Let's see you stop partying. Let's see you stop going out and spending money frivolously. Let's see you start buying non-perishable foods. I mean, staying at home. Like I said, right now it's the summertime. If you're a Christian, the Bible says for 7 days out of the year, dwell in booths. So that's why I'm saying watching Dual Survival. It's a TV series, and where you're learning how to survive in different terrains and how to purify water, make hunting equipment, and learn how to survive where you at, but also how to locate where civilization would be. So that right there, that's me training my brain. Like I said, when all my peers in my 20s was out partying and sucking and fucking and doing all the shit they was doing, that's what I was doing. So like I said, they just trying to make a reason to put the spoiled brat syndrome, trying to blame somebody else for their lack of preparation and preparedness, and trying to say, I'm like, how do you blame me? Like I said, in my community, and even with these videos, nobody else was riding with me. But yet I still got over 500 videos. Yet I still got footprints in my community dealing with my local Congress, my local police, and my local neighborhood watch. So those who are of my age and of that age at that point in time, and even the young boys today, what are you doing? So if you ain't going, like another video, well, if you ain't doing nothing and I'm not harassing you, don't harass me for not doing anything. Like I said, you're mad at another man that's not fighting for you, your kids, and your woman. And you call yourself a man. Return to that's how they candor. Oh, let me see. Yeah, so that's what I was saying. 6 months to a year, non-perishable foods and water. Make a list of demands. See how that's what I said. Like this, and you're showing. I made the video with George Floyd. I'm like, all right, after the protest, what are you gonna do? My other video, videos galore. Protesting is only to bring awareness to a situation. Like I said, Dr. King, Brother Minister, Marcus Garvey, they weren't just going and protesting and going home and partying and shit through the rest of the week. They were very rarely, if they were out at a social event, it was to politic and to connect. They were always involved. Like, they even said Dr. King wasn't even a good organizer. He had dudes organizing for him. He was just a good worker with his hands, talking to the president and his local Congress to get legislation passed. But like I said, I'm not even about legislation anymore. Fuck all that shit. See, I'm not working 20, 30 years for some piece of paper that they already have in the Constitution anyway, just from to deny it tomorrow. Stand together, fall together is a more radical, but yet expeditious path to the liberation of all the people. If y'all make this list, give them a year, send it to Congress. See social media. They're using it for a whoredom and dumb. Like I said, TikTok. Somebody could do a dumbass dance and get 5 million views. So if dudes really cared, somebody go in there and put some documentation. Everybody sees exactly how to communicate and organize. Every single culture. This is the list of demands. And like my other video, a part 2 to that, nobody's accepting anything like that. I don't like the LGBT in the Asian protection. And even now, you got the Anti-Semitic Act. But yet, as a black man, you're still waiting for George Floyd Act or a protection, which is guaranteed to its citizens. All citizens are guaranteed to, life, liberty, and protection, I guess, in their own dwelling. So that's got a mother video. See, Revolutionary Boot Camp. You got to get everybody on the same seat. A bunch of spoiled little selfish brats. If they get their part, they're going to go sit down. No, if not until every single demand on this list. We don't want none of it. Well, y'all don't want none of it. Now I'm gonna go sit on the sideline. Since you blaming me, let's see how real you really are. Return to That's How They Candor.